It was finally a quiet evening. We curled up on the floor with a big bowl of popcorn, watching a movie about a brave little dog on an adventure. I couldn't wait to put my feet up and enjoy a simple, relaxing evening with my family before our lives got a whole lot furrier. Then, right as the dog on screen leaped into the unknown, the kids turned to me and asked, "Mom, what will Rocky do when we travel this summer?" And just like that, the popcorn wasn't the only thing about to burst. I stood up to refill the popcorn, and suddenly my brain filled faster than the bowl. Trips planned, suitcases packed, but who would wash the dog? And before I could stop myself, popcorn flew everywhere. It wasn't raining cats and dogs, it was just raining popcorn. The kids stared at me. The kids were quick to reassure me. "Grandma always helps. She'll do it." So before I could overthink it, they called her. She loved the idea, but she hesitated. "I would love to help," she said, "but a young puppy all weekend might be a bit too much." I was on my knees negotiating with the carpet when the phone rang. It was my friend.
"Movie night going well?"
she asked. I sighed. Grandma can't help this summer, and suddenly I have no idea who will take care of Rocky. She didn't rush, she didn't react. She simply said,
"Let's not jump yet. Let's put everyone on the table and see who actually fits."
And just like that, the problem felt smaller. So we did what families do best. We cleared the popcorn and pulled out a board game. But this time, we weren't guessing faces. We were figuring out who could really help. We started naming everyone we could think of. Family first, relatives. Then people close to home, our neighbors. Then the dog experts, the trainer from the dog park. Maybe even someone we hadn't thought of before, a local pet sitter. At first it felt like a lot of options. But the more names we added, the harder it felt to choose. But then we realized this wasn't about collecting names. It was about asking better questions. So we started asking better questions. Who actually likes dogs? Who understands how to handle a puppy? Who would truly be available when we travel? Who would be willing to clean up after Rocky and maybe even teach him a few tricks? Suddenly, the answer felt clear. The teenager down the street. She loves dogs, she's responsible, and she's saving for a new bike. So even before Rocky had arrived, we already knew who his buddy would be. And on screen, the brave little dog found his adventure partner.
You never thought that while planning a family vacation, someone else had a stake in the decision. Rocky. He couldn't choose the destination. He couldn't change the dates. But he would be the one most affected. Low influence, high impact. That's what stakeholders are. Not just the people making the decision, but everyone touched by it. And projects work the same way. When my team started planning the lunch scheduler app, they didn't begin with features. They began with people. Cafeteria staff preparing meals. Employees who would use the tool. IT supporting the system. Finance tracking costs. HR shaping the rules. Different roles. Different needs. Same project. Because before you design the solution, you understand who it affects. A project is never driven by one person alone. It's more like a train. Engineers keep it running. Leaders choose the destination. Teams lay the track. But the journey only works when every station is heard. Because stakeholders don't just ride the train. They shape where it goes, how fast it moves, and whether it arrives at all. Whether it's planning a vacation or building a solution, stakeholders turn ideas into journeys.
Who would have thought it takes a whole village to raise a puppy? But even with the right people in place, plans can still surprise us. And that's where the next story begins.